Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
so when you say experiment, what do you mean? Like you can just throw a couple different seeds that you might not.
So this like for this room here in particular, they're looking at this plant mimulus called monkey flower.
Monkey flower.
Little monkey flower here. So you can see that there's different types of mimulus. Like this one has broader leaves with a white flower. This one has thinner leaves with a pink flower. So they're crossing successive generations of the plants to see what traits pass on to the next generation.
Ah.
So it's kind of a genetic experiment that they're doing here. Same in the first one, they're doing that same thing with a different flower, but they're studying the flower formation to find out how flowers evolved to be hummingbird pollinated after, originally being pollinated by insects. So there's just like different experiments like that going on.
Oh, very cool stuff here.
These have nice little flowers. In that first room, a lot of those plants have really pretty flowers too, so you can get some nice images there. And then, like I said, room D, that's like our display collection, our teaching collection for classes and stuff.
So why can't I go in that room? You said it's too windy?
Oh, no, you just can't go out in the patio. You can go straight through these doors, though.
Oh, okay. I'm going to go and try to get some. What, are these cactuses in here?
So in here...
Whoa. Oh.
Yeah, the pressure in the rooms is kind of high.
What was that?
Just because this room has AC going and this one doesn't, so there's a pressure differential.
Oh. Okay, cool.
So these are tripsicums. They're a grass, and it's just like a really classic grass. It can have a lot of different appearances and traits depending on where it grows.
Now, are any of these poisonous?
No.
Cool.
Nothing in here is poisonous or dangerous in any way. Smells wonderful too.
What's that one called?
This is a plumeria. So it's got the name right down there too.
Plumeria. Oh, there. Oh, where is it? Plumeria. Oh, in there.
Yeah, and I can also, any plants, like if you have pictures of them and you want a label or something, I can always like write down a list of information too.
To like order them, or just
if you wanted like to label them and say like this is this is an aloe vera plant, just so that you know the name, the species.
So what is this
cool.
species?
You ready for this?
Yeah.
It moves.
How? When did it move?
See
oh, I kinda see it. Oh.
Yeah, come check out this one over here. Like this guy here, just give those leaves a flick, and you'll see it responds right away to it.
Like if I were to...
If you just flick those leaves real quick.
Oh, they droop down or something.
Yeah, so they fold up to protect themselves if they sense something touching them that could damage the leaves.
It's like a neural sensitivity or something.
Yeah, it reacts directly to touch. Really cool plants.
Huh.
Alright, but like I said, I do have an appointment that I got to dip out for. Feel free to take your time, take any pictures you want throughout here, and then I'll be back up here at noon to meet with you, alright?
Nice. I'll see you then.
Yeah, see you
Dan the Plant Man, always helping out.
Find me your name again.
My name is...
That's way more no diddy than back it up. Back it up can slide, but my throat is on fire.
Wait.
No coming back from that.
I said no diddy before I finished the sentence, nigga. I was sitting here playing Mario Kart with a blunt burning in my mouth. No diddy.
You're gonna die.
You're gonna die.
No, not you. You're never gonna die. You're gonna live forever.
You're immortal.
No, I would need my screen to be bigger so I could see all 4 dimensions. No, I would need my screen to be bigger so I could see all 4 dimensions.
album called?
This is the Plumeria.
I'm underwater, I'm breathing. I'm underwater, I'm breathing. All on the air, all on the air. When you're running, running, when you're running, running. Pour it up, just trying to see the thing about it, trying to hear anything. Go on, pour it up, just trying to see the thing about it, push, go. Pour it up, just trying to see the thing about it, trying to hear anything. Go on, pour it up. I just wanna sip a cold one. So pour it up, yeah, pour it up, pour it up. Just trying to sip a think about it, trying to hear anything. Cold one, pour it up, just trying to sip a think about it, push it cold. Pour it up, just trying to sip a think about it, trying to hear anything. Cold one, pour it up. Cause I've been falling for you knee deep, been losing my mind. Well, you don't wanna see me, you're playing for time. I'm bringing you everything you need in your
So what is this beat?
You ready for this?
Yeah.
If you may be everything I need in my life,
How? When did it move? I kinda see it.
cause I've been falling for you knee deep.
Here, come check out this one over here.
Been losing my mind. Well, you don't wanna see me, you're playing for time. No, I ain't no side, I'm bringing you everything you need in your life. Oh, I can't decide if you might be everything I need in my life. No, I ain't no side, I'm bringing you everything you need in your life. Oh, I can't decide if you might be everything I need in my life, my life, my life.
Succulents. So these are all succulents.
Yeah.
So is grass a succulent?
I'm a boy like you, so I just walk away. Oh, I thank you for the memories. That's all we gon' ever be. Thank you for the memories. Ain't saying. I got all everything with you. Be better than
I think I have all the contacts I want to see my mind.
with you. Ain't no other one but you, nah, nah.
It's in a round.
way to go. My plan.
Okay, so this stage is not even.
Here and there, yeah. It's an around. Another way to go.
Okay, so this stage is not even.
Here and there, yeah.
Great. This is great. Okay, so I have some questions here. One question that I would like to ask and to know is, what's your favorite plant to grow and why?
I really like the Orchia genus. So they're really small little succulents. I'll point them out to you if you walk around a little bit. They're really small succulents. They stay pretty small. They have a really unique kind of leaf habit where they have translucent upper leaves, and then they kind of bury down into the sand, and only the upper part of the leaves are visible. So it's just a really neat plant. And then it grows its flower stalk. It's like a 3-foot tall flower stalk coming off this little tiny plant. So I just like kind of weirdos like that, interesting plants to grow.
Okay. And how do you maintain optimal growing conditions in the greenhouse?
So we have an automated system that kind of keeps the heating and cooling going. So in the winter, we have steam heat in each of the rooms. It automatically triggers as things start to cool down. We have shade curtains overhead that can open and close depending on if we need more or less sunlight to heat up the room. And then throughout the summer, when it's hot out, we have exhaust fans on either side of the room, and we have a large cooler on the back half that evaporated swamp cooler. So water runs down the path, and as air crosses over it, it cools down the air around. So a combination of all of those on an automated system that triggers depending on what temperature the greenhouse is.
Mm-hmm. And to you, what's the biggest challenge about running a greenhouse?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just that you got to keep a close eye on everything, because a lot of the pests that can cause a ton of damage in the greenhouse are almost microscopic. It's really hard to see them with your naked eye. So you really have to be on top of things looking for any sort of damage to plants that could indicate a pest outbreak. But overall, it's really not an extremely stressful or demanding job, but being on top of things and knowing what to look for is probably the most important thing.
And can you share a unique plant species that you grow?
So we have the quartz flower here in our greenhouse, the Morphophilus titanium, which is the world's largest single unbranching inflorescence. Our flower, when it bloomed last August, was actually 42 inches tall. So it's a huge flower. If you've heard of it, it actually, when it blooms, it smells like roadkill. It looks pink and purple, like ground meat. And then the inside of the flower is actually hotter than the air outside the flower. So it does all of this just to stimulate rotting flesh to bring in carrion beetles and stuff to pollinate it. So it's just a really bizarre plant with a really interesting life cycle.
And how do you source your seeds and supplies?
So for the supplies, I don't really grow a ton of stuff for seed for my experiment. I know that some other researchers use seed for their experiments, but a lot of that comes from like USDA and agriculture services. For my plants that I get, I use online ordering. Andy's Orchids for my orchids. There's Lockheed's Garden Center has tons of different tropical plants. And then there's a few places in town like Earl May Garden Center and Finland Valley Nursery that I like to go to as well.
And then, what's your approach to sustainable gardening?
So within my job, I don't really do any gardening or sustainability be. I'm really just managing the facilities up here in the greenhouse. But personally, though, I like to do my own gardening. I really appreciate doing the no-till, no-pesticide gardening. I think that those two things are really important because pesticides and excess fertilizers, run off into our waterways and wreak havoc. And then going no-till kind of improves the soil health, and you're not killing off the microbes in the soil easier when you till. So those are kind of my two big sustainable practices that I like to take up in gardening. But with my actual role here at the university, I'm not really that big involved in sustainability or anything.
And what's the most rewarding part of your job?
I think the best thing is having students appreciate the space, getting people to come up to this really cool, unique greenhouse, whether it be to study or just look at plants or just hang out and see how enthusiastic students are about it. I think that's great, and just providing like an interesting experience for everyone really makes it feel like it's worth activity up here.
And how do you handle pests and diseases?
It depends on the pest, obviously, but I have a stockpile of actual pesticides. And, I have a pesticide applicator's license, so I can use those heavy chemicals if there's a bad outbreak. But typically, what I tend to do before reaching for the heavy chemicals is using something gentler, like an insecticide of soap, which is a contact killer spray. So if I know if I have one particular plant that's infected with the pest, I can spray it down with this to clear it up. And then I've also implemented a lot of biocontrols. So we introduced predatory insects in here that actually hunt down pest insects and will eat them. So I have my little army of bugs that do some of my work for me.
And can you give a tour of your greenhouse?
Absolutely. People can just reach out to me anytime. Dan Ruffing at ku.edu is my email. Reach out to me anytime. Let me know what kind of group you're bringing in, what your expectations are. I'd be happy to set up anything.
Great. Well, thanks a lot, Dan. Thank you for talking with us here at the Pronto Bank Show. And we can't wait for everybody to get their garden going. All right.
Nice.
I think this will be just fine for us.
And if there's anything that didn't turn out well and you want to come by and re-record, shoot me a message. I can be available pretty much whenever.
Okay, nice. I can.
Sometimes they can range from like 1 minute to up to 6 minutes. It really just sometimes they can range from like 1 minute to up to 6 minutes. It really just depends on the vibe and like how the artist feels, and how I feel too. Because I'm not necessarily an interviewer. Like I just sometimes have curious questions to ask, or maybe I can get help from ChatGPT. Anything.
ChatGPT
or
is where it's at. Dude, listen, we are going through a time where everything's about to be automated. So if you don't learn how to automate, so
yeah,
you know what I mean? For real.
Definitely.
So I always encourage more ChatGPT.
I'm not against it either. I'm not against it. I'm only against it if you try to use it instead of using your own
talents.
Yeah. Like, okay, at least use it in a way that
you still have to do something.
Or you're putting yourself into it. Like, don't just ask for a writer's prompt and then from there they tell you what to do and then you just following A to B, going sign after sign. Instead of actually saying, what can I make? What can I create? Blah, blah, blah. You can create this. And then go and compounding on that. And then bringing that to, it's all about doing it in reality. Like ChatGPT and AI, that's not reality. Like they're virtual assistants.
Hard,
but it's not reality. It's not like you and I.
It's
so
right. I think people misinterpret the use of AI sometimes. You're supposed to use it as a tool to help you. You know what I mean? Ultimately, you're supposed to gain more skills and more knowledge. at the end of the day.
He ain't got no dog.
That's what a tool does.
But it's,
right?
it's
Yeah,
right
it's
now,
just-
it got the ring camera.
Yeah.
I think
And-
it has a red
and
door
that's-
and a black
Exactly.
screen
So,
door.
like, in this case, that's replacing my job. I mean, that's replacing my need to search for that experience.
I'm trying to call this nigga. He's not answering, bro. And my brain is going fucking.
I never interviewed nobody. So, for people who going to school, blah, 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 I know how to do it now. I know how to do it. Like, watch. I'm going to give you some fire questions, bro. Like, that's going to really, like, be personal and deep. And like intimate, and then like I can match that with like some of your songs, and like yeah, because like that's how my show is. And then like, but we could also work alternatively too. My show is so unique and different. I might not even have you. I might have you send a song, like, and we go like play. Like I want to show you my last episode. Like it's so raw, but I'll kind of like in this scenario, like I would just want you to like kind of like be like your introduction to the world type of deal. Like, cause my show is going like my show isn't that yet, but that's the goal. Like yeah, like this is yeah, like each and every episode that I create and produce, I want them to be individually monumental. So that's why I'm like. I want people to watch it, and I want the questions to be kind of on point with the audience, and like, you know, I don't want to miss anything out in my show. Like, I want it to be like a starting point, like, oh damn, I like that dude that was in episode blah blah blah. I really liked him. Who was he? And they can easily find it, and they also like the show, like so they're a fan of the show. So imagine,
right. It's like a multi-fueling system that fuels the artist for even after the show, but it also in turn fuels the show.
Yeah, it's like a system.
Yes,
yeah.
Symbiotic relationships.
Yeah.
I got you.
And from there, I can only progress, and yeah, man. So that's why that's why like when I can capturing artists is kind of hard because they are, you know, we are all like we move around a lot and we're sometimes introverted, sometimes extroverted.
And trying to catch a nigga in the middle of art, sometimes people are not verbal about their art. I'm like, one of my aspirations is to teach. So I don't mind explaining what the fuck I'm doing, for example. So to catch an artist while he's doing something that is a mute, you know what I'm saying, he ain't saying nothing, versus a dude that's willing to explain, it's a very different experience, I would imagine, trying to capture artists in there.
It is, and that's why, like, it's also annoying. It's a switch that you have to flip. Because I could have very well been like, nah, I'm not trying to do this, and I'm not trying to set this up. But just that intention, it allows me to, you know, like, get into the occurrences. Like, damn, this is a real, like, you're a real artist. Yeah. Pop hand to the right and show you have a real drum set. Like, that's one of music is one of the founding elements of art. Like, just the rhythm and pattern. So, like, you're a real artist.
I don't have a guitar, but I got a MIDI keyboard, you know what I mean? I play. I don't play all the time, I'm rusty. I play, you know what I mean? I just ain't got no stand.
Yeah. So you like to produce your own tracks?
All the time.
Nice.
All the time. Since, what year is it? It's 2025. I would say 2007. Yeah, about 2007.
Nice. And then so you would like to I don't know why I want to say. So who are some of your musical inspirations? Who made you start doing that?
My brothers, actually. We were playing piano since I was 3, so I got an older brother who started me. I don't know how you get a 3-year-old to play piano, but he did it. And so growing up, the best music I ever heard was from my brothers. I got 2 older brothers. Well, I'm the youngest of 6, but I lived in a home with my 2 older brothers. So
I got this one verse. I'm about to record this track that I want you to warn, but it's for the babies.
Yeah.
Listen to them. They was better than anything that you hear on the radio. So it's like, why go outside of the house for music? And ever since then, I see life as music. I'll say that. Everything is music. The only two things in the universe is light and sound. So, you know. You master one, you master both, really.
So we'll have to hear what you sound like. So has it always been music for you? Do you have any other creative outlets that you like to channel or maybe gather some inspiration from?
I like driving. Cars interest me. Not necessarily working on cars, but driving them. I think it's a science. I think it's an art. And then like working, getting out of high school, working burger jobs, I moved furniture, I've done valet, I've done a multitude of things, and I worked construction recently. And what I find is that art is in everything. It's in the finesse on how you move your hands. It's in how you do what you do. It's not what you do, it's how you do it.
Hitting on the game.
And you
see
can
through the window.
The same thing differently. So that's where art is, you know what I mean?
And if you could give out any message to the world, what would it be relating to them being artists and them having their art reach the masses?
I would say be you. We are all a collective, one expression of God, which means that if you don't express yourself, God isn't complete. So don't do...
Hitting on the game.
Follow yourself. You can look things up, you can ask for help, but you don't need it. It's all inside you. It's just an expression of self. You can't do art wrong. Look at Picasso. My man's had eyes everywhere.
So that nigga put a shirt on and let's go.
And people love that. Probably not while he was alive.
Put your Crocs on.
But do it just for the expression of self. I don't expect nothing from it.
It's weed to be smoked and songs to be recorded.